It's another game. Another old game. 1987. Kicking off that September block here with the 3D Battles of WorldRunner, also known as 3D WorldRunner, also known as running across the world in 3 dimensions. Yeah, developed by Square. So that's nice and interesting. What is this game? Well, you know, first you get that beautiful thing. But yeah, it is actually a 3D game. Well, kind of 3D, you know, it's one of those kind of like faux 3D games that's like, hey, it looks 3D, but in reality it's just a two-dimensional plane using very neat forced perspective tricks, which I do appreciate a great deal, actually, you know, like, hold on, I gotta get my volume just a touch down here. I was listening to some pretty loud flaming lips earlier. There we go. That might make a difference for what you hear too. I'm not sure, but yeah. Oh, okay, we caught a balloon apparently. 3D WorldRunner ain't a game that gets too much recognition, but I have always had kind of a soft spot in my heart for it, just because it's such a little oddity. Whoop, didn't quite get that jump right. Obviously, you know, with the forced perspective, jumping is occasionally a little bit of a hassle, or trying to perfectly line up with what you're aiming for. But they did their best with what they had, you know? It's, you'll not find a better attempt at 3D unless you're looking at some of the more ambitious racing games. Actually, it seems like the racing games were the ones that really tried to push that faux 3D envelope. Hey, look, another little bonus world. Thank you, balloon. Take me to the world with the magic. I don't know. Give me a heart, man. Yeah. I'm guessing the hearts might be extra lives. I see our P03 went up to P04, so if that's the case, then yeah, that's absolutely worth it. Have yet to play a game where an extra life isn't a little bit of a boon. You know, it's a game that doesn't include extra lives at all. And yeah, you can bump against these pillars and get things from them. Generally, it's just, you know, points. I think the mushrooms are bad. I can't remember. I know there's definitely something that can come from those pillars that will just kind of ruin your day. That was poorly timed jumping. I should have done a short jump and then a long jump. Thought I could have cleared the whole chasm in one go. Not the case. We did lose all of our stars too. But it's okay. We're getting rockets. What's the point of the rockets? You tell me, man. So I like how we're moving side to side, but you never actually turn around. Yes! Okay. Well, that confirms it. I did just want to see if I was correct in my assessment that the mushrooms were bad. And they are! So then you just go and collect rockets all over again. And now, admittedly, you know, it's a little one note. You know, once you see the 3D gimmick, you've seen a lot of the reason to play this game. But you're on 60 minutes to lose, so you're gonna get a full hour of this bad boy. Who knows? Maybe we'll find something a little more enticing along the way too. You know, maybe it won't just all be running in 3D, but perhaps there will be flying in 3D. Oh, we can apparently shoot, although I'm not sure what dictates that. That was poor jumping on my part, poor timing. There's nobody I can blame there except for myself. Okay, brings us back to this location. I really don't want to grind for rocket ships again. I'm sure you understand. Wow. Okay, that time we just hit an enemy. Not gonna lie, this is some pretty mediocre performance that I'm putting on here. You're not gonna hear me say anything to the contrary. Not as far as that's concerned. So we're just gonna try to make it to the end of World 1-3. If I'm recalling correctly, I think this game actually has quite a few levels. But again, they all look more or less like this, so It's not that extreme. But again, you know, hey, even if you just need the illusion of content, that's good enough for 1987, right? Ooh, an atom. That's invincibility, ain't it? Sure is. Short-lived, so I don't know how useful it really is at the end of the day, but boy, fooled myself. Look at that. We got to one of the dragons, but I died before that happened. Either that, or they show up when you die. But I know you do have to fight the dragons, so take 2. Take that last run and learn from it. Tell yourself it's not going to be that bad this time. And there we go, you know? I know. A gap of silence, unprofessional, but sometimes your mind your mind wanders. So that's bad, because, you know, you start off with 2 lives. We got a lot because we managed to find the balloons, but no. We gotta be playing with a little more pep in our step here if we're gonna get anything accomplished here. It's not that hard of a game. I'm just making incredibly silly mistakes. Sometimes your best bet is to just avoid going for points and just focus on survival, you know? That is, that kind of advice, rather, is really agnostic in terms of the game that you're playing, and it tends to work effectively for most games. Now, this is good, this is good. We know we can get extra lives in these little bonus balloon worlds here. I think that I may have left it behind in that pillar, though. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, no! It's in that one. We're good. We're good. Unless we just looped around to the same pillar, which, I don't know. Now, what do the stars do? It's a very good question. But what can I say? I'm a simple man. I see a collectible, I collect it. Unless it's going to give me the slightest amount of inconvenience, then I sleep. However, when you got the opportunity to go for an extra life, you take that opportunity. Don't sleep on it, man. There it is right there. Up to 3 lives. Good. We could have been at 4 had we not been a little bit of a fool about our prior endeavors, but you know. Okay. And we're done. We fell directly into the pit of despair. Now this whole September block of games here, it's a little sparse in terms of blockbusters, but it's just a lot of little oddities, you know. Like this, starting off with this is a heck of an oddity, you know. Like, what's even the point? Guess what? Sometimes games don't need a point. Case in point, look at the trailer for Bugsnax. Coming up on the PS5. I couldn't tell you what the game's about. All I know is that trailer was wild. And Kira Kira Bonito is the future of marketing. Yeah, that is not a lengthy invincibility counter at all. Okay, here it is. It's the dragon. And we killed it. It was easy. It was incredibly easy. So, yeah. Those are your boss fights in the game. They're quite frankly nothing to worry about at all. Just take a few shots and they're down and out for the count. So let's see what we can get from these space pillars. Pretty much the same stuff you'd expect to get from any other pillar. Hard to play dodgeball with the poison mushroom sometimes. They usually just kind of throw you off base entirely from where you were planning on going. Oh no, I hit one of the heads. Makes you feel foolish. Yeah, we know that that gets us some stuff, but what about down here? Okay, it's just more rockets. Okay. Now, I feel a sincere pang of doubt in my head that the rockets give you much of anything beyond just points. Could be wrong. Okay, you know, just time your jumps properly, you know, don't get too greedy, don't try to get too flashy. That I felt like I was on death's door, but you know, I survived regardless. A little bit of invincibility through this field of heads. It wasn't nearly long enough, but I'm still alive. You know, you just want to clear them. You just want to hurdle over the opposition. Oh yeah, these things. I don't even remember. Oh no, that's right. You gotta kind of like go around them or something like that. Heck, if I remember, man. I think you just jump over them, actually. Yeah, that appears to be the more sensible approach. And then you collect as many stars as you want, because what's more satisfying than stars? Look at Super Mario Galaxy. Once you get one star fragment, you just, you literally can't stop. Once you get one, you literally can't. How's that for some quality marketing? It's the total opposite of potato chip marketing. Once you start, you can't. Okay. These miniature versions of Squidward's house have gotta get out of here. Now, these are not Easter Island heads. These are, they're things. I don't quite have the imagination to tell you what they are. I mean, more than likely aliens, being that we are in a, you know, rather spacey tile set. Oh, that was bad. A little rough. It is a neat little game, though. You know, it doesn't have a ton of legs to stand on. It's not one of your adventure greats. It's not the most mechanically rock-solid game that has ever existed on the NES, but as a little experiment, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for it. Of course, I realize that I can, of course, let go of up to stop going so dang fast. But if you're not going fast, what are you doing? You're fighting the dragon. Oh, this was going to take some more shots, I think. Oh, yeah, look at this bad boy. It's still easy. Still incredibly easy. Don't even concern. Oh, it's another one. And they can run directly into you, as I just learned, apparently. You don't want them to get so close to the front of the screen, or else they'll just, well, they'll show you up. Barring any existence of a continue code, it does look like you just start the game over from the beginning as well. Which, you know, it's always kind of a spooky situation. And that's always that thing, you know, people tend to get into arguments in video games about what is natural difficulty and what is artificial difficulty. I'd say something like giving you no checkpoints at all. is a little bit more of an artificial difficulty. It doesn't make the game more difficult, it just makes the game a little more tedious. Which is, you know, tedium does not equal difficulty. At least not where I'm from. But if you were gaming back in 1987, what else are you really going to do besides engage in a little bit of tedium? It's not like you're playing Civilization 6 and you've got 5 billion achievements that you've got to get. Oh no! I missed the extra life! That was really just kind of pathetic. That's what I mean when I say the perspective of a faux 2D environment can really mess with you sometimes. All right, we're gonna manage it this time, though. Yep, and that gets you out of there. One extra life is better than no extra lives. It's an ancient proverb I was once told by a version of myself from the distant future. Again, I don't know if the points have any meaningful purpose in this game, but, you know, you like to do it anyway. We do change colors when we pick up the potions, so I'm wondering if maybe that allows you to take an extra hit? I don't know. These appear to all be mushrooms. Yes, indeed, they are, so just don't even mess with that last layer of pillars, you know. I had my suspicions, but I had to test it. Remember, manage your jumps better, my dude. We didn't get points for that time. Oh, we did get points for that one. I could have just been, you know, totally misreading my UI. Far be it from me to claim that I'm above that. Alright, run forward, WorldRunner. Nobody wants to be the hero who's just called WorldRunner. It's like, what does he do? What's his superpower? How does he save the day? Answer? He runs. Runs across the entire world, actually. Really, this is just the video game adaptation of Forrest Gump. That's all it really is. Don't let that happen. Don't get all tied up in a bunch over a mushroom. It's not worth putting any effort into, man. Take it from me. A little bit of invincibility, you know, it's far be it from me to claim that it's going to be a game changer, but again, it's not going to hurt you. Quite the opposite, actually. And then you make this jump. And there you go. You're fighting the dragon. You utilize the turbo button. There we go. It's on its way back, so you shoot it from behind, you know, don't play fair. No need to play fair, when you know very well these games aren't playing fair with you. I can only imagine what will happen when we make it to our first chess game. You can be sure they exist. Don't even bother with the rest of those pillars in the second rank. It's just gonna be mushrooms. Wait, it's all mushrooms? Always was. Always has been. Whatever that meme is. I don't know. Meme leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Mostly because I see it more and more often. Utilized in the concept of conspiracies and spreading conspiracies, which conspiracies can be fun. Until they aren't anymore, you know, sentence of the day. We got a sound. You can hear that. It's kind of a whoop, whoop, whoop sound. Did that thing... Whoa. So, are you actually timed? Maybe you are timed. Maybe that was like the, hey, hurry up sound. And if that's the case, then yeah, you really can't waste your time piddling around trying to get bonus points. Because if... Listen, I know. But if you just piddle around trying to get points, and turns out, oh, there's a hidden timer the whole time, well then... You played yourself. I'm not sure if those things are just kind of like lagging, or if they actually do chase you up the y-axis, or whatever spoofed y-axis they have figured out for this game. You get it. Either way, the more I play this game, the more I find you're more likely to see success if you just don't mess with everything around you. Just run straight for the prize, man. These hands are a mite annoying, as you may suspect. That's an extra life, though. That is not annoying. I appreciate that greatly. Like how time stops just a little bit when you gather a star. Like they didn't have enough. There's a little lag there. I don't know if that was the emulator's fault or if the game would have done that on its own right. Hard to tell, but that definitely got me killed. I know. Oh yeah, blame the lag. Don't just blame you being bad. Hey, look. I'll own to being bad whenever. Fortunately, that extra life remains there even after you collect it once. So that's nice. But yeah, there's, you know, just that slight stoppage whenever you pick up a star. Like the NES wasn't quite powerful enough to calculate that, oh hey, you picked up a star. I'm sure that that's not what's going on, you know, I'm just slandering the processing power of the NES here, casually, you know. My whole life's work, slandering it. Alright, that's World 2-3. Give you more of these, little heady boys. I don't know what to call them. If you don't know what to call something, just drop a noun and then say boy. Little mountain boys, little flower boys. Literally anything. You can describe anything just with those two simple words. You might say, why not girls? I mean, if you really want to, but, you know, a good old boy. It's got some verbal pop to it. It has nothing to do with the implications of the word or the actual meaning behind it. You know, it's clearly just how you're popping when you're saying the word. How is what I'm saying sensical in any way? Trick question. It's not. Yeah. You just let it... You can't run into his tail either! Okay, well, we've learned something very important today. We still get another chance, though, so, you know. It's not the end of the world. Just close to the end of the world. Ah, never mind. We're just gonna crash right into an alien before we even get to that point, you know, get another game over. Just casually flop on your face. Get some drink here. Hydration, man. Vital. Vital to everyday life. It's a super dinky little soundtrack. Like, it's, you hear the song and you're just like... Which, I don't know, maybe it perfectly matches the aesthetic. I mean, it's not a particularly sinister game. I'm sorry if I say I'm mean way too often. Somebody pointed that out online to me, and I got real self-conscious. They were like, oh, I hate it when people start sentences with I mean. Like, just say what you mean if you mean it. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a habit. It was an anonymous message board. It wasn't somebody that I personally knew just going off on me, which, well, that could happen too. You never know. It seems like a strange thing to go off on somebody that you personally know for. Ah, that's right. The extra life is not in that pillar, but in the second one. Boink. Get the stars. Don't miss this pillar. Thank you. You're right dead on with it. Your aim is perfect. You can't miss it that way. Alright. Now again, don't worry about extra points and all that. Just get your stars. And then get your balloon, because, you know, this actually is vitally important. This gets you your second extra life. And there it is. Take it, embrace it. Don't lose your mind over it or anything, but just, you know, keep some nice, mildly enthusiastic appreciation for it. Or go nuts. I can't stop you. And I wouldn't, even if I wanted to. 'Cause you deserve to be you. Unless you encompasses being a serial axe murderer, in which case you should probably look into no longer being you. Maybe approach a different identity that might be a little more conducive to improving the general world around you rather than watching the entire world burn. That's another thing I gotta get used to, you know. Cutting out those uhs and ums when you're speaking. It's easier said than done. It's such a, see right there. It's such a neutral syllable to fall back on. You don't even realize when you're doing it sometimes, you know? It's just your mouth in a completely neutral state, putting pressure on your vocal cords. That's literally all it is. There's no meaning to or It's just what we do. Yeah, thanks, man. Nice gang sign. What's he even doing? If it's supposed to be a peace sign, it's a little scuffed up. Like, it looks more like he's making a W. Don't worry, I said A, not Big brain. Okay, we've got all our lives intact. Let's see if we can keep that up. If so, we could be looking at some neat new stuff this run. And by neat new stuff, I mean a mildly different tile set with negligibly different layouts. But you take what you can get. They can't all be Castlevania. We do our best to only reference games that we've played, so if you don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of old video games, you know, just go back, check my channel. Chances are I've already played it if I'm referencing it. Except for all the times when I reference things that have nothing to do with the NES, such as, you know, Panzer Dragoon Saga and Clockwork Knight. Get tricked, man. Those first few hands are dorky. Ah, yes. I think that was the extra life, and I just totally sidestepped it. It's okay. We're still at 4. Don't need to panic. Don't get so lost in the sauce that you yourself have become consumed by sauce. Sauce is good. I even like to get extra sauce on my pizzas. Makes it a nice soupy mess on top of the crust. It sounds gross on paper when I put it that way, but it's good stuff. But I wouldn't want to coat myself in said sauce. Why not? Sounds great. Well, you know, it would be a major mess. Oh, that's a timer down there, I think. We did miss a bonus room there. Avoided the balloon by the skin of our teeth. God forbid we would have collected the balloon. We might have been in better standing with the 3D WorldRunner gods. Can't have that, you know? Gotta keep it agnostic, keep it vague. Here you go. It's the second time I've used agnostic in this episode, and it's in 2 different contexts, 2 different meanings. What do you call a grammatically complicated breakfast cereal? Synonym Toast Crunch. You're free to hit that unsub button. Quite frankly, I deserve it. Come on now. Okay. Now that we know we can't run into their tail. There you go. With 4 lives intact. Look at that. If that ain't improvement, don't know what is. 200,000 points. Don't mind if I do. What is this tile set? Boy, that is bright and colorful and a little bit obnoxious. But I'm for it, you know? Don't think for a second that I'm going to knock this tile set. Are these springs? Oh, they are springs. They are indeed springs. We didn't even have to land on them. Look at that. We did have to land on that one, though, so it's a good thing we did. Oh, look at that, look at that. The game's getting a little more spicy now. It's giving you some slightly more abstract challenges to conquer, and by abstract challenges, I mean you just wiggle yourself to the right or the left depending on where the next spring boy is. That should have probably just trusted in the springs. Don't even ask me what that was. That was the most ill-fated setup you've ever seen in your life. Don't try to recreate that. Yeah, you don't even have to press the jump button. Don't even worry about it. Just go left and right, man. I'm holding up and I don't know if it's necessary, but I'm afraid that if I let go of up... Oh, yeah. If I let go of up, I lost my forward momentum. Probably not the best time to test that out. When is the best time to test it? You know, if it's something that's going to kill you, there is no good time, I suppose. There we go. Keep it up, you keep it up. You can just stay right on the springs, man. You don't even have to leave them. Consider them your only bit of comfort in this treacherous Pepto-Bismol pink land. There was not a spring in that direction. Good to note. I'm gonna forget that the next time we show up there, but... Hey, you know, I have to take it back. This is not purely different in terms of tile set and a mildly different layout. This has an entirely different gimmick to it. The whole keep yourself on the springs and don't get yourself into trouble meta. Should have gone the other way. I didn't see one to the left, but I went to the right anyway, because I'm a fool! Okay, that means it's water time. We at least made it to that world. We can probably make it there again. I mean, it's only been like 34 minutes. Just speedrun your way there. Speedrun your way there, but do try to get your bonus stages. Those extra lives are going to be worth their weight in gold. Which really, I suppose if something weighs nothing, probably not the best analogy to make. If it's like a 2-ounce thing, it means you're only getting 2 ounces of gold, which is probably still worth something, but might be worth considerably less than what you're trying to verbalize. I don't even know if verbalize is a proper word or if I use it in any proper context there, you know. I'm just making stuff up at this point. Bring me your beautiful balloon. That's what I like to see. Bonus World bonus world. This is an ode to thee. Give me your potions, give me your stars, and give me your lovely trees. It rhymed, and there's a tree in the background, I don't know. You didn't come here for poetry. But if you did, well, thanks for the vote of confidence, I think. But you probably barked up the wrong tree. Almost messed that up. Let the stars guide you to beautiful new things, like a second balloon. Right on cue. See, World 1, getting it down pat. Make sure you line up with that first star. Last thing you want to do is miss your extra lives. Here you go. It's a cautionary tale. Just avoid those. Don't mess with them. We know it's not worth it. Unless there's some secret, hidden purpose to the rockets that I haven't acknowledged yet, or I guess rather uncover. You can't acknowledge what you don't know. I probably should have died on that jump that I nearly completely botched. These pillars? Sure, we'll mess with them. Could be something cool here. You never know. Never mind, it's just certain death. But then, yeah, then you get your neat little invincibility, which gets you through there a little bit safer. What else is up with my life lately? Thanks for asking. I made dinner. Made a... Well, it would have been a tater tot hot dish, but I didn't have tater tots. I just had those like potato rounds. We call them crispy crowns or something like that. If you've ever had a potato olay, it's that, minus all the seasoning that makes them excellent. So I had to use those instead, and, you know, it was fine. It's tater tot hot dish. Hard to mess up. Also not the pinnacle of fine dining or anything like that, but my wife enjoyed it, and sometimes that's all I can ask for. If I make something and my wife says that was good, I get that nice little warm feeling inside, and I go, ah, I did something good. What else is going on? You know, continuing Ghost of Tsushima. It's real good. It was real good when I started it, and it continues to be real good. Most of my day consists of me working and then saying, dang, I wish I wasn't working so I could go play Ghost of Tsushima. Decided to make a lot more progress on that this weekend so I can move on to the next game. That wording sounded bad. It sounded like I said, oh, I can't wait to get it over with so I can play something else. It's not true. It's a game that has definitely not worn out its welcome and just makes me go more and more every time I play it, because there's more and more things. Yeah, those things do go up the y-axis. That's dirty. Alright, you gotta watch out for them then. No, it's a game. It's just more and more special things that show up every time you play it, and you go, wow, what a blessed game. What am I gonna play after it? Good question. I have a lot of different options. Part of me wants to dig straight into Forza Horizon 2, but another part of me says, hey, that's another really long game. Play something a little bit shorter in between so you can actually get some of those dinkier games done. You just bought Halo, maybe play through that. You still got the Resistance games, you bought them like years ago, you should play some of those. Hey, man inside my head, you make a compelling point. But a man's only got so much time in the day. And an hour of that is dedicated to playing old, goofy games from the 80s. Which is done entirely by choice, of course. No one has me at gunpoint forcing me to do this. That much is obvious. That's the extra life. Yeah, I'm glad I slowed down. Lined myself up properly. Would have been a sad day had I missed that again. Because we did lose a life, so getting back to 4 feels even more important now. go. You just continue it that way. You just continue it. You just follow the stars, and you'll never get lost again. Until you do. I feel like there's a balloon somewhere around these parts, but for all I know, I could have missed that considerably. Yeah, you need that. There's the balloon. Yes, the balloon and the extra time. It's a beautiful combination. So, I'm hoping another extra life. It's a bonus world, so you'd think it would be in the cards. Getting better at timing those jumps to get those mid-air stars. And sometimes you just miss them. No extra life, so a little puzzling, but oh well. What are you gonna do? Cry about it? I just might. Let's just get ourselves some nice pillar bonks here. Ah yeah. That's what it's all about. It's not about that. I mean, you know as well as I know, because I've told you out loud this very episode, that going for those extra points seems to just kind of be treacherous. Which is the case in every single game ever. Ooh, you want these points that you don't necessarily need to beat the game, but they're gonna make you feel a little bit better? That'll be your soul, please. Payable to one, Lucifer Stan? See, the end of his tail could have gotten me. We got him. Now we just got dragon number 2. Come on, man. Yeah, fight me. Oh! We nailed that one! I think if you destroy its head first like that, you're in a real good spot. That's probably how... Yeah, that's how you do it. I don't know what train of thought I was gonna go down, but I decided it was a dumb one and decided to keep it simple. Look at all those bonus points for the stars, man. 262,000. Don't mind if I do. Alright, now it's time for the Spring Boys. You know you can pretty much just follow them the entire route. Yep. Just hold up. And go whichever direction you need to ensure you land on a Spring Boy. Perfect example of what not to do, right there. I just kept holding forward, you know? Didn't respect the positioning of the Spring Boys. And now I'm paying for it with my blood. Of course, it's also kind of difficult when it takes them a little bit to actually spawn in on the horizon. Gotta be ready to move quick. The second you see something is slightly wrong. Okay, but this is where it gets real. This is where it's certain death if you avoid one. Before that, it was all optional. It was like, yeah, jump on them if you want. Now, you gotta. Oh yeah, look at this. I feel very fortunate. I continue to feel very fortunate. Okay. We haven't made it this far. This is the furthest we've made it, and we still have a couple lives left to, you know, throw away. Okay. This is no longer mandatory spring land. This is now jump as you would land. Balloon. You know what that's got me thinking? Extra lives, please? Are you an extra life? You're nothing. You are nothing. You know, I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but, if you ain't got an extra life, I'm not buying. You don't want to hold up here. You very specifically don't want to, or else you miss the stars. How important are the stars? I don't know. Marginally, maybe, at best. Still nothing in that pillar. I'm not giving up. Not letting go of hope. Nope. That's gotta be it, right? Yeah! Yeah! There you go. There's that extra life you were looking for. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful world. Don't hold up here. Don't hold up here. This is not the point of the game where you want to hold up on the D-pad. You gotta, you know, you gotta slowly learn these things. Never mind, that is the point where you want to hold up. Whew. Got so jazzed about that extra life, you know. Forgot about the bare necessities. Fortunately, we can just go right back to that bonus world and do it all over again. No, just let go. Don't worry about it so much. You know? You don't gotta go fast, you just gotta go. This is 3D World Walker. If you see another Springman in the distance, don't worry about bonking into the pillar. As long as there are still Springmen, you still have stars to gather. That pillar? Not gonna get you anything. This pillar, though. That's the ticket. So now what have we learned? Don't hold forward. Consider that a warning of the times to come. Just... Never mind! I thought it was a cleverly hidden little hint as to what the challenges of the next portion will be. It wasn't. At least we can keep grinding the extra life over and over. We don't even have to actually jump on these things, we can just run. As long as we keep following their general pattern, we'll make it to the pillar. You just don't want to lose the pillar entirely. That's when you'll feel like a real dork. That's not the one. But you know, I got nervous. Oh, I got nervous there too. So concerned that I would have just ran right past it. It's happened before! Okay, so, new plan. We avoid the first Springman. Don't avoid both of them, you goof. New plan. We play better. I know, it's a tall order. If we miss a balloon, boy, we're gonna feel exceptionally silly. Yeah, we can get the stars, but it just takes too long, you know? It's a slow bonus stage if you're going for all the stars. Just get your extra life, and move on. There we go! Oh! Okay, that's more like it. That's good. For now. Thank you for stacking them up a couple directions here, so that when they're a little out of my field of view, I can still see them coming. If you put two in a row, that means I know where to allow myself. You just put one there, good chance that I'll miss it up entirely. I hope that you understand what I'm conveying there. It made sense in my head, but now that I verbalized it, I don't know. I'm gonna keep using verbalize, by the way. Whether or not it's correct. Why? It makes me sound bigger brain than I am. Just basic boy things. Oh my gosh, it's the darkest dragon you've ever seen. It's... Oh, it got me! That's a sincere problem. How are you gonna deal with that? How you deal with anything in this game? Play better. Yeah. Get me on that invincibility juice. Bone mending juice. My legs are just wiggling to this sick beat here, dude. Come on, just get me to the dragon. Just get me to the dragon. I want to fight. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, you want to kind of like lure him down into a place where you can actually see him. Like that. And then hope that he doesn't make a fool of you. Which he will. Which he will. Okay, he's just ahead. There's nothing else we gotta worry about. He's dead. There's gonna be another one, right? Oh yeah, you know it. You know there's gonna be another one. There we go. Killed that one too. Third one? No, just 2. Okay. Thought maybe, World 3, Dragon 3. Here we are in the world of gravity-defying grape soda. Oh, don't like this. Blocky hands over the bottomless pits. Fortunately, we appear to have the pillars of flame that tell us our little safe zone. If it weren't for those, I'd be a wreck right now, really. I'd be getting blocked all over the place. But no, just pay attention to those little tells, Think an old game is unfair? It's probably giving you something to chew on. You just gotta use whatever unconventional, odd logic the game is using. Which, that's not that odd, It's making a gate. You go through gates. At least, in my history, I find that gates are most commonly walked through. Oh, we missed a balloon. Don't love it. Don't love missing balloons, that is. I would love to have gotten to go on my crazy little balloon ride, but it's clear that that's not going to happen this time around. Oh, okay. Those guys were a little too jumpy for me. I have a feeling I missed something nice in that pillar, but, don't stress about what was. Stress about what will be. Hey. The reason I'm not a therapist, I give terrible advice. It's another pillar that we missed. It's okay, though. We don't need them. We did need to go through the proper gates, however. Don't sweat it. It's giving you the exact same thing that it gave you before. Yeah. Go through the fire gates. Even though they've got 3 poles now, don't let that confuse you. Alright. There's a pillar. See, there's nothing that interesting. Probably nothing interesting in the other ones either. Don't get so concerned. More time is good. Would love an extra life, but you know what they say about extra lives. The only things from Texas are extra lives and bonus points, and I don't see any one-ups here. That's the saying. That's a mushroom. It's the opposite of an extra life. Almost picked it up because my Super Mario Brothers brain was turned on. And then I was like, that's the wrong game. Don't follow logic for a completely different game by a completely different developer and a completely different publisher. That's gonna get you killed. Not too bad. Not too bad. Dragon number 2, lay it on me, Just don't lay it on me so much that it kills me. There you go. Now we're getting dragon number 3. You knew it would happen eventually. You absolutely knew it. You were just waiting for the proof, and the pudding has come. That should be it, right? Dragon number 3? They're not really... Yeah, I was gonna say, they're not gonna dunk you with a dragon number 4 at this point. That would just be absurd. What is that background? That's the coolest background of the game so far. Look at that. That is neat. Props to whoever the art director was in 3D WorldRunner. Oh, gosh, okay. Finally, not a mushroom. There we go. That is an awkward little jump. But it is necessary. It's gonna give me another one, isn't it? Yep. You just gotta get right over it like that, and then you go over. Yeah. Feels decent getting over it, though. Just don't take it at full speed, I was gonna say. Not bad, though. We got much further. We got much, much further. That was nearly 300,000 points. That was what, World 5? Something like that? We don't have a whole lot of time left, but, a few more minutes. Check out World 1 again, because we haven't seen enough of that, I know, yeah, you can shoot. I still don't know what allows you to shoot. Maybe that's what the rockets are for. I don't know. But generally, you're probably just better off avoiding enemies in your path anyway. The only time you need to shoot is during the dragons, and when you're fighting the dragons, you can shoot as much as you want, so don't worry about it. Forget the bonus worlds. We're not even collecting any balloons now. We're just running straight. We're speed running now. Although, I don't know how much you can really squeeze out of this game if you were to legitimately speed run it. Don't know how fast you can really go. It's not quite an auto-scroller, but... well, as it turns out, it doesn't help when you run into enemies midair. Really, speedrunning it is more like skill running it. And actually, picking up the stars, if you were to do an actual speedrun, would result in just the slightest amount of dropped frames. So look at that. We're already routing it out. Don't pick up stars. They waste your time. And you would have to time those jumps near perfectly and know when they're coming up. So yeah, there'd be a little bit to it. You'd also have to be skilled enough to never die. And I suppose killing the dragons in time would work. So, okay, you know. In short, any game can be speedrun. We've determined this. And give it a big boing. Don't know. I'd rather not discuss it. I mean, you do have to at least dodge basic enemies. Me and all my hubris decided that that was an optional thing that you didn't have to do anymore. Really? Really? I thought I had enough height on that. Okay, well, I guess we're doing World War 1 again. I got cocky. I was like, I'm getting through World War 1 easy. Watch this. I'm just gonna not play. Still gotta actually put in some controller inputs every now and then. Good timing there. Here you go. And you just keep running. Don't pick up the stars. Don't pick up the balloon. The balloon's gonna slow you down an immense amount. Poorly timed jump. You're gonna lose some time with that. Not like I have a timer going on or anything. I don't exactly have my my gold splits or anything like that. I am not a speedrunner by nature. When it comes down to it, I guess one could call me a casual gamer. I play games for the leisure. I don't play them for the difficulty. I don't play them to stretch them to their limit or stretch myself to my limit. I play it to have a jolly good old time and then move on to the next one. That said, I do not stray away from a certain type of game just because it sounds hard. I beat Dark Souls. Came very close to beating Dark Souls 2 and then just moved on to other things in my life and forgot about it. Should really go back and do that someday. I beat Bloodborne 2. Did not beat The Orphan of Kos. I've still got friends who give me garbage for that. They're like, you went that far and you didn't beat the Orphan. I was like, dude, it was so hard. But I beat every other boss in the game, not counting Chalice dungeon bosses, which another friend gives me garbage for. You didn't do the Chalice dungeons with the hardest bosses in the game? Like, no, because quite frankly, the Chalice dungeons were boring. Hey, here's your copy and paste tile sets. I've played roguelikes. I know what your goal is here. You're squeezing content with minimal effort. I hear you. That sounds a little harsh when you put it that way. No, Bloodborne was a very, very good game. And I did beat everybody else in the main storyline. Final boss and all, but the Orphan, that was about where my patience ran out. Well, you know, we died, but that's time. More or less. So that's the 3D Battles of WorldRunner. A goofy little game with the odd forced 3D perspective. It's okay. It's neat. A nice gimmick. But hardly a classic. What do we have next? Oh, speaking of hardly a classic, it is the infamous Deadly Towers, a game much maligned by many, but perhaps there is maybe some good in it yet. I don't know. I've never actually played it. I've just heard people talk about it. Who knows? Tomorrow, Deadly Towers, we'll see. Is it really as bad as it looks? Maybe. Maybe not. Join me then. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time.